Post is directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Tells the true story, gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the Washington Post when they decided to publish the Pentagon Papers over 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So Nate, let's talk about Spielberg. It's familiar territory for him. You know, true story, a couple big actors, a dramatic movie. How do you think he handled the direction of this one?
I mean, for me, I'm a huge fan of Spielberg, and once again, I think he handles it flawlessly. I just think that this guy knows how to operate the camera, and he just knows how to make a movie, no matter what genre he's going into. And I like that he bounces around to suspense stories or action movies. He's got Ready Player One coming out, but now he's got the Post. Yeah, sci-fi, he goes all over. But with drama, I just find his direction style to be so natural and seamless. Just everything flows very well.
Yeah, Spielberg has this neat little trick where a lot of dramas, the problem is the pacing. Some things go too long, some things are too short, a lot of things are disjointed. And Spielberg does this great trick where there are scenes of great big chunks of dialogue and a lot of information's being thrown at you.
Yeah.
But the way he handles the camera, the way the dialogue flows, the way he handles the actors and the blocking, he makes it all work.
He does.
This could have been just a very talky movie, but with Spielberg it wasn't. It was very cinematic. He used the visuals to go with the dialogue with this one. And once again, he just shows that he's a master filmmaker. Doesn't matter what genre he's tackling, the guy knows how to make it.
And I like that you said that, where, like, it could have just been walking and talking and trying to, like, feed the audience the information, but he is a visual storyteller, and he uses all the opportunities he possibly can to visually tell this story, instead of just spewing off information, because it is a true story, and you have to still make it entertaining no matter what, because this movie could have had lulls, and for me, it didn't really have that many. I think that the beginning is a little bit slower, but it's necessary, but once it picks up halfway through, it's, like, full-blown dramatic awesomeness.
Yeah, once they finally set the stage, I think the movie does pick up. And I think they trimmed the fat on this movie as far as like the information. And he does a real good just getting the facts out to you. And he's got just top to bottom, I gotta say, this cast
is just so good.
Yeah, from Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep in the lead roles. You got Bob Odenkirk and David Cross, little side characters, everybody. But I gotta say, the big shout out, I mean, Meryl Streep, just another great performance by her.
Meryl Streep, man, this woman can just act her way around anything, and I really liked, off the bat, you get a oneer, a classic Spielberg oneer, and it's just acting ping pong with Tom Hanks and Streep, and it was just so fun to watch these just powerhouses of actors together. And at first, I was enjoying Meryl Streep's acting, of course, but once again, once you get to that halfway mark, she really gets to the meat of it, and you feel for this woman. You feel for what she's going through, what she's gone through, and she deserved the Golden Globe, and like, she did a great job in this movie.
As with this movie, as with most dramatic movies, there's no like big climax, but Meryl Streep's character, Kay Graham, this, real life person, she had to make this very tough decision. And the scene where they show it, I mean, Meryl Streep wears it all on her face. She takes you through all these emotions, and it's just like, I can't think of another actress who could do it better than her. I mean, it's very rare to see another actor, actress, doesn't matter what their gender is, make Tom Hanks look a little small in a movie. Like, who can pull that off?
And like, for Spielberg to make that moment, he just pulls as much drama, as much like as he can out of this, and he does it so expertly. That was a great moment. Like, I was like, huge grin on my face. But this movie just tackles a lot of issues, not just political issues, but like, it really just relates to the situation we're in right now today. It really relates with
relatable.
The media and with newspapers and the fake news thing, and also just with the rights of women and the empowerment of women and how they were looked at back in that day and everything, how they never were able to speak out.
Right. In fact, there's one scene where she's walking into a boardroom, and all of the secretaries are waiting outside. Mm-hmm. So she's this woman walking through a sea of women to the room of power, and it's all men, and she's the only woman in there. And I thought that was very, good visual moment. And you're right, it does tackle some political issues, and it really stresses the importance of a free press. Yeah. And just like back then, as it is today, there are some people out there who are trying to restrain free press, who are trying to, legitimatize or delegitimize certain media outlets. Mm-hmm. And I think that even though this movie's talking about something that happened 46 years ago, it's very relative to today.
Yeah, I completely agree. And they tackled it in the right way, where I would say, yes, it might be a little biased towards pro-press, but that's okay, because it really, it sheds the good press out there, the ones that are trying their hardest. It sheds light on them, of just being like, they are doing everything they possibly can to get the truth out that's necessary to people. And I think it sends a good message that people should hear. It was sort of like a American stand up and cheer, type of moment for me. So I love the message behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fight for your right, and there's a great line where Meryl Streep says that the press doesn't work for the governors, the press works for the governed.
Yeah.
It's just good to see, people stand up for what they believe in, and even when they're in the face of prison, losing everything that they and their family have worked for, they press on and they stand by their morals. And it's just refreshing to see that this actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
And to see it portrayed on screen by these great actors and filmmakers.
Yeah, it's a classic, do the right thing type of movie, and it portrays it really, really well. And everything top to bottom was just really quality.
Oh, yeah. Buffs. All right, Nate, we gave our thoughts on the post. A lot to like about this one. Great acting, great filmmaking. But why don't you go ahead and tell me how much you liked it with your score?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed this movie through and through. Like I said, there was just a slight pacing issue for me where it was just a little bit slow at the beginning, but the acting is just so flawlessly good. It was still purely entertaining throughout. I think it has a lot to say. I think it's a very important movie, and I'm going to go really high as 9 out of 10 for this one. I just really like the post, and 2018 is off to a great start.
Oh, yeah. Between this one and Molly's Game, we're definitely off to a good start.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the post very much. I would say that outside of, I agree, there are some pacing issues at the beginning. I would say that, my overall, if I had a minor gripe, it's just that everything's kind of safe. Spielberg's kind of playing it safe.
I can see that, yeah.
But if playing it safe means he can take a story like this where we know the outcome, we know what happened, and still make it compelling drama, then, he can play it safe. That's fine. I would love if he took more risks, but, if this is him playing it safe, I'm fine with movies like this. So I'm going to give The Post an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. Really like this one, and you're right, we're off to a great start, and both of these movies we saw so far, based on true stories, got great filmmaking team behind it, and that's how we should get the good movies now. Get the great filmmakers, find the true life stories, and maybe not so many comic book movies. Buffs.
All right, everyone, that's our review for The Post. Thanks for watching. What did you guys think of the movie? Have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it? Leave all your comments down below.
And be sure to join us next week when we review The Phantom Thread, the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie starring Daniel Day-Lewis in what he says is his last film role, but Steven Soderbergh said he's quitting movies a while ago too. Yeah. So we'll see how he does in that one. We'll bring you that review next week, but until then, don't forget,
there's no place like the theater.